So in today's session, we are going to discuss about user administration. So when we are discussing the user administration, guys, first of all, we need to understand what is user. Okay. We need to understand what is user. So guys, remember, we are using Facebook. That means we are Facebook users. We are using Instagram. We are Instagram users. We are using YouTube. We are YouTube users. Okay. We are using Snapchat. We are Snapchat users. Okay. Likewise, likewise in the organizations, employees who use ServiceNow are called users. Employees who use ServiceNow are called users. Employees who use Salesforce are called Salesforce users. Employees who use ServiceNow are called ServiceNow users. Employees who use AWS are called AWS users. Employees who use Power BI is called Power BI users. You understand, right? Users means, yeah, we will be using Facebook in our daily life. We'll be using WhatsApp in our daily life. We'll be using Instagram in our daily life. We'll be using Snapchat in our daily life. Okay. So we are users. We are WhatsApp users. We are Facebook users. We are Instagram users. We are Snapchat users. Okay. Similarly, in the organization, employees who use ServiceNow are called ServiceNow users. Employees who use Salesforce are called Salesforce users. Employees who use Power BI are called Power BI users. Employees who use AWS are called AWS users. Okay. So guys, I can use Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube. I can use many applications, right? Similarly, employee can also use multiple applications in their organization. He can be a Salesforce user. He can be a ServiceNow user. He can be a AWS user. Okay. He can be a AWS user. He can be a Power BI user. He can be a Power BI user. He can be um, a Azure user. Okay. So likewise, employees who use ServiceNow is called ServiceNow users. Employees who use ServiceNow are called ServiceNow users. Okay. Fine. Well, guys, here in ServiceNow, ServiceNow is an enterprise tool, is what I told you, right? Enterprise tool means only companies can purchase ServiceNow product. Only companies like TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, only these companies can purchase ServiceNow product from ServiceNow company. Let us take my company, WM company. So my company go to ServiceNow company to purchase the ServiceNow product. After spending some amount to WM is my company, guys. WM is my company. After spending some amount to ServiceNow company, ServiceNow company will provide these URLs, these instances. wmdev.servicenow.com. Okay, wmdev.servicenow.com. Okay, ServiceNow company will provide these URLs. wmtest.servicenow.com, wm.servicenow.com. We'll get these URLs, guys. Okay, I told you here developers will work. Here testers will work. Here admins will work. Okay, getting my point. Okay, so after you get the URLs from ServiceNow company, right? Okay, you get these URLs from ServiceNow company. ServiceNow company will provide these URLs to WM company. Okay, okay. So now WM company has purchased the ServiceNow product from ServiceNow company. These URLs are provided. Okay. So let us take Vinay. Vinay, right? So Vinay has got job in WM company as a ServiceNow developer. Vinay has got job as a ServiceNow developer. Okay. So your good name? Ganesh. Ganesh has got job as a ServiceNow tester. Okay. Priyanka has got job as a ServiceNow admin WM company. Okay. WM is a company, man. It's a company. WM is a company in the US. Okay. So Vinay has got job in the WM company as a ServiceNow developer. And Ganesh has got job as a ServiceNow tester in WM company. Priyanka has got job as a ServiceNow admin in WM company. Okay. So Vinay will work in this particular URL as a developer. Okay. Ganesh will work in this particular URL as a tester. Priyanka as a ServiceNow admin, she will work on this particular URL. Getting my point? So this is dev environment. This is called a dev instance. Dev instance. This is called a test instance. This is called prod instance. This is called prod instance. Okay. So when I as a ServiceNow developer, when I as a ServiceNow developer will work in this particular URL, Ganesh as a ServiceNow tester will work in this particular URL. Priyanka as an admin will work in this particular URL. Getting my point, everyone? So production is actually a final product, guys. Prod is actually a final product. Final product. Let us take car as an example. Car will be manufactured at the manufacturing unit. That will be tested at testing unit. After testing it, it will come to the showroom, right? This production is kind of showroom. This production is kind of showroom. At the showroom, everybody will purchase the cars at the showrooms, right? Okay. But in the organizations, every employee use ServiceNow product here. Every employee use this production ServiceNow only. So guys, I have to create a button in ServiceNow. First, you will create it here. You will create a button here. You will test that button here. And finally, that button will be available in the production ServiceNow. Okay. Getting my point? So this will be a refined product, filtered product, refined product. Refined oil means you know, right? Refined means pure oil. Refined means pure oil. So this is a pure product. You will do something here. You will develop something here that you have to get it tested here. Then you have to come to the production. Production is actually the refined product. Okay. As I mentioned in the beginning, as I mentioned in the beginning, car will be manufactured by developers, will be tested by testers, and once it comes to the showroom, at the showroom, users will purchase it. And once they get any trouble, they'll come to admins. So here ServiceNow admins will work here. Yes. Okay. Fine. So if Vinay has got opportunity in the WM company as a developer, he has to work in this URL. Ganesh has got job as a tester, he has to work in this particular URL. And Priyanka has got job as an admin, she has to work in this particular URL. So here, how Vinay can access this URL? How Vinay can access this URL? Okay. How Vinay can access this particular URL? How Ganesh can access this particular URL? How Priyanka can access this particular URL? Guys, remember, when you join in the organization, if you want to access company service now, you should have user account. You should have user account. Only when you have user account, you can access service now. Suppose Vinay has user account in this particular URL, he can access only this particular URL. Suppose Vinay has access to this particular URL and this particular URL, both URLs. So Vinay can access both the URLs. So he should have user account in this particular URL. He should have user account in this particular URL. If he has user account in these three URLs, he can access three URLs. If he has user account in only one URL, he can access only one URL. Suppose access in Vinay has access in only, okay, Vinay has access only, Vinay has user account only in this particular URL. Okay, in this particular URL, Vinay has access. Okay, Vinay has user account in this particular URL. He can only access this URL. If Vinay has user account in this URL, in this URL, and in this URL, these three URLs, he can access three ServiceNow URLs. Let us take Ganesh. If Ganesh has user account in dev environment, he can access dev URL. If he has user account in test environment, he can access test URL. If he has user account in prod instance, he can access prod URL. If he has access, if he has user accounts in these three URLs, he can access three URLs. Getting my point? Okay. So Priyanka. So if Priyanka has user account in this particular URL, she can access this URL. If she has a user account in this URL, she can access this URL. If she has user account in this URL, she can access this URL. So to access ServiceNow instances, okay, to access ServiceNow instances, they should have user accounts. They should have user accounts. In dev, you should have user account if you want to access dev URL. In test, you should have user account if you want to access test URL. In prod, you should have user account to access production URL. You got my point? So when you join in the organization, if you want to access company ServiceNow URL, you should have user account. Okay. So here I am going to create a user account for Vinay in the personal developer instance. Consider this is actually a organization ServiceNow instance. Consider this is actually a organization ServiceNow URL. Okay. So guys, organization will have three URLs, but we have only one URL. We have only one personal developer instance. We have only one personal developer instance, but in the organizations, we will have three URLs. One is dev, test, prod. Okay. So in the whichever the service now, if you want to grant access in that service now, you will create a user account. Go to the user administration. Go to the user administration. Go to in the user administration. Go to users here. Okay. So under user administration, go to users here. I am going to create a user account for Vinay here. So user ID means login ID. User ID means login ID, guys. Vinay, your last name? Okay. It can be any email address. It will accept any email address. Okay. Yeah. So here it doesn't matter. So I have just created a user account for you. Okay. So this is your login ID. Small V letter, Vinay. This is your login ID. I am going to set a password for you. Generate, copy, and save password. Okay. Generate, copy, and save password. So Vinay is his login ID and this is his password. Okay. So I have created a user account for Vinay. Okay. I have created a user account for Vinay. And again, go to the users under user administration. So Vinay account is created. This is Vinay account. I am going to create an account for Ganesh. Ganesh, last name, you. Okay. Okay. Fine. This is your login name. I'm going to set a password for you. Generate, copy, and save password. Okay. And here your login name is Ganesh. This is your password. I am going to create one more account for Priyanka. Users. So Vinay account, Ganesh account. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So Priyanka, your last name I'm keeping here as Reddy. Okay. Just created a user account for Priyanka. I am going to set the password, generate password, copy password, and save password. Okay. Sorry. No, let it be man. Don't worry. Email, it can be ignored. Don't worry. So I have set up a password for Priyanka account. Priyanka, actually, Priyanka is her login ID. Okay. This is the password that is actually set up for Priyanka account. So, guys, here we have created user accounts in this URL. Means to this URL, these three people has access. These three people have access in this particular URL. So when I has a user account in this particular URL, Ganesh has user account in this particular URL. Priyanka has user account in this particular URL. These three can access this URL now. Got my point? Now we will see how they can access this URL in ServiceNow. I am opening a private window. I am opening a private window. First, I log in as Vinay. Okay. First, I will log in as Vinay. So Vinay, this is actually your login name. This is your password. Okay. Vinay, this is the password. For the first time, it will ask you to reset the password. Okay. I'm just keeping a password for your account. Okay. So now I logged into this particular ServiceNow URL as a Vinay. I logged in as a Vinay here. See here, Vinay Chava. I logged into ServiceNow as a Vinay. So as Vinay has user account, Vinay is able to log into organization ServiceNow. Getting my point? As Vinay has as Vinay has user account in ServiceNow, he is able to access ServiceNow URL. Okay. So this is what Vinay can see here. Just logging out of it. Now I will log in as Ganesh now. Okay. So this is the password and Ganesh is the login name. And click on login here. For the first time, it will ask you to reset the password. Okay. Now you can see here, we logged in as Sai Ganesh Gurram. As Ganesh has user account in this particular ServiceNow URL, he is able to log into ServiceNow. Getting my point? Hmm? Okay. Now I will log in as Priyanka. So this is the password for Priyanka. And this is the password. Okay. So now I logged in as Priyanka here. As Priyanka has user account, I am able to log in as Priyanka. So likewise, guys, if you joined in an organization, if you joined in an organization, if you want to access the company ServiceNow URL, you should have user account in the company ServiceNow URL. Getting my point? Suppose you joined in TCS company. Okay. You want to access TCS company ServiceNow URL. So you should have user account in TCS company ServiceNow URL. Yes. Okay. So guys, uh, Vinay has joined as a ServiceNow developer. He will be created user account in this particular URL. Okay. And Ganesh has joined as a tester. He will be created a user account in this particular URL so that he can access this URL. Priyanka has joined as a ServiceNow admin. She will be given access to this particular URL. She will be created a user account in this URL so that she can access this URL. Suppose Priyanka account is created. Priyanka user account is created here. Priyanka user account is created here. And Priyanka user account is created here as well. So that means she can access these three ServiceNow URLs. Okay, as she has three user accounts in three URLs, she can access three ServiceNow instances. Okay, here comes the point. So who will be creating the user accounts? Here comes the point. Who will be creating the user accounts for us? Okay, guys, in some companies, okay, in some companies, uh, management team will create the user accounts. Okay, so in some companies, user accounts will be automatically created. So there will be a scheduled job that will be created by ServiceNow developer that we will be discussing in coming sessions when we discuss scheduled jobs topic. Okay. So that scheduled job will actually pull the employees details from another source from the database. There will be a database. In the database, employees details are stored. From the database, that scheduled job full employees details and it will create the user accounts automatically. Okay. I will show you. If you see scheduled imports, if you open this one, you will be able to see scheduled example LDAP user import. Daily it will actually pull the employees details, newly joined employees. It will actually create the user accounts automatically. This job will pull the employees details from the database. It will actually create the user accounts automatically. Okay. So you join today. Okay. You join today. In the evening, this job will run. This job will run. This job will actually create a ServiceNow user account automatically in ServiceNow. Getting my point? It will import the data from ServiceNow to, it will import the data from database to ServiceNow. So this scheduled data imports we'll be discussing in coming sessions, guys. Okay. Okay. Fine. So now we understand if an employee want to access ServiceNow, every employee should have user account. That is clear, right? Hmm? Fine. Now we will understand about groups. Groups are nothing but teams in the organization. In the organization, every employee will be working in the teams. Okay, there will be teams in the every organization. If you take a look at the biggest organizations, the employees will be working in teams. Okay, so every team is nothing but a group in ServiceNow. Every team is nothing but a group in ServiceNow. So I am going to create a group in ServiceNow under user administration. I'm going to create a group here. Okay. This group name is ServiceNow, ServiceNow level 3 support. Okay. So manager I am giving here as Uday Gadiparthi. Uday Gadiparthi is a manager I am giving here to this particular group. Saving this one. So we have group members here. Group members are nothing but team members. I am going to add Ganesh. I am going to add Vinay. I am going to add Priyanka as a group members here, team members here. Nesh, Priyanka, and Vinay. I can also other members as well as a members. Okay. Ram Krishna, I am actually adding. Okay. George, I am adding. Ramon, I am adding. So these 6 members are actually ServiceNow level 3 support team members. Okay. This is a team, guys. Okay. This is a team. In the team, there are actually 6 team members. Team has team manager. My point. Group members will be users. Group members will be users, guys. Yes. Yes. Okay. So here every user is nothing but an employee. Every user is nothing but an employee. Employee who want to access will be created a user account and he will be able to access the service now. Group. Every group is nothing but a team in the organization. Okay. Every group is nothing but a team in the organization. Okay. So in the team, there are actually 6 members here. There are 6 members. So this group manager can add the group members. This group manager can remove the group members. This group manager, right? This guy can actually add the group members and remove the group members. Okay. So likewise, you can actually create multiple groups as well. Okay. Getting my point. So I am going to create Power BI level 1 team. So manager, I am actually adding Abraham Lincoln as a manager. I am adding some random members, guys. These 6 members are actually team members of Power BI level 1 support team. So what we have done, we have actually created 2 groups. One is actually ServiceNow level 3 support and Power BI level 1 support. 2 groups we created. For ServiceNow level 3 support, Uday Gadiparthi is the manager. For Power BI level 1 support, Abraham Lincoln is the manager. Okay, fine. So these group accounts also will be created automatically from the scheduled data import, guys. You can see example LDAP group import. Okay. So once a group is created, a group has group manager, right? Group manager will actually Abraham Lincoln. So this group manager is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the manager of this particular group. He can add the members in the group. He can remove the members in the group. Getting my point? Okay. So these user accounts will be created automatically using scheduled jobs. These group accounts will be created using scheduled jobs automatically. Okay. Well, after creating the group has group manager, right? This guy can actually add the group members. This guy can remove the group members. Getting my point? Okay. So now here we have roles here. This is actually an important one. Roles are nothing but permissions. Groups are nothing but teams. Roles are nothing but permissions. Roles are nothing but permissions, guys. Guys, remember I created user account for um, Vinay. I created user account for Ganesh. I created user account for Priyanka. So if you go to the Priyanka account here, Priyanka, Priyanka has logged into ServiceNow, but she is able to see only limited things here. She is not able to see anything. See, having user account is just to log into ServiceNow. After logging into ServiceNow, she should have permissions. Permissions are nothing but roles. See, when I have user account, when I can just log into ServiceNow. Ganesh has ServiceNow user account. He can just log into ServiceNow. Priyanka has ServiceNow user account. She can just log into ServiceNow. After logging in ServiceNow, she is able to see only limited things here. She should have permission. She should have permission. Now what I am doing is I am going to the user administration. I am going to the open the users here. I am going to open the Priyanka user account. Priyanka user account. In the roles, clicking on edit here. I am granting admin role to Priyanka here. I gave admin role. Admin role is the highest role in ServiceNow, guys. Admin role is the highest role. I gave admin role to the Priyanka. Now Priyanka has been granted permission. Okay. So I am going to the Priyanka account. I have to log out and log in again to see the changes. Okay. So now you can see Priyanka is able to see all the applications here, all the application menus here. Earlier, she was able to see only limited things. Now she is able to see all the application menus here. Yes, everything. Admin is the highest permission. Okay. Admin is the highest permission. Okay. Now I am going to grant, I am going to grant Ganesh to admin permission. Admin is the highest permission in ServiceNow, guys. So I am going to log in as Ganesh now. Okay, now I logged in as Ganesh, right? Now we will see Ganesh is able to see all the application menus here. Yes, admin will have all the access. So now I am going to grant Vinay to admin role to Vinay. Okay. Okay. So Vinay can see all the application menus here because Vinay has permission. So if you have user accounts, you can just log into ServiceNow. After having user account, you should have permissions to see application menus in ServiceNow. Okay, fine. Here in ServiceNow, you have so many applications, guys. You have many roles. If you go to the roles here, you have many roles. You will understand slowly about one by one in coming sessions. For now, admin is the highest role, system administrator role. This role has access to all the system features, functions, data, regardless of security constraints. Okay, grant this privilege carefully. So this is the highest role, guys. Remember this point. Remember this point. If you join as a ServiceNow developer, if you join as a ServiceNow developer, in this URL, you will be given admin role. If you join as a tester, you will be given role in the test URL. If you join as a ServiceNow administrator, you will be given admin role in the production instance. Yes. In every URL, you will see all the roles. In every URL, you will see all the roles. See, here you have user account in this particular URL. Okay. So you have been given admin role in this URL. So you are the highest person in this particular URL. So you have user account in this URL. You have been given admin role in this URL. You are the highest person in this particular URL. So this is actually a production service now. So you have user account here. You have user account, you have admin role here. That means you are the highest person here. Getting my point? Admin is the highest role, guys. If you join as a developer, let us say I have got job in Deloitte company. I have got job as a ServiceNow developer in Deloitte company. I joined in Deloitte company. I want to access Deloitte company ServiceNow URL. Okay. So here I joined as a developer, right? So I'll be given access to this particular URL. And I'll be created a user account first in this URL. Then I'll be granted admin role in this particular URL. Okay. So if you have got job as a ServiceNow administrator, let us imagine I got job as a ServiceNow administrator in Deloitte company. I'll be giving access. I'll be created a user account in this particular URL so that I can access this URL. Then I'll be granted admin role in this particular URL. So I got job as a tester in this particular URL in Deloitte company. I'll be given access to this particular test URL and I'll be granted admin role in this particular URL. Normal employees will not be given admin roles. Remember, normal employees will not be given admin roles. Only ServiceNow developer, ServiceNow tester, ServiceNow admins. So your friend is working as an employee in Cognizant, right? In which company he is using ServiceNow, right? Data entry job. He is using ServiceNow. So he is just a user in ServiceNow. He will not be given admin role. But here, if you join as a developer, you will be given admin role. Okay. He is just a user. He is just using ServiceNow. Okay. Guys, ServiceNow says, don't add permissions to the individual user accounts. Don't add permissions to individual user account. I'm going to remove the role to individual user accounts, guys. Okay. So ServiceNow says don't add permissions to individual user accounts. So why is that? Because if an employee left the organization, if let us say Vinay has got job in another company, he will leave the organization, right? So once he left the organization, his user account will be inactivated. So it will be unchecked here. So once it is unchecked, he won't be able to log into ServiceNow anymore. So his user account won't be deleted, guys. If his user account is deleted, data will be deleted in ServiceNow. If his user account is deleted, data will be deleted. Data is means he would have created something. His name will be removed from those records. Getting my point? So that is why companies don't actually entertain deleting the records. His user account will be inactivated. If his user account is inactivated, he won't be able to log into ServiceNow. After that, who will remove the roles here? There is no responsible person to remove the roles from here, right? Once he left the organization, his user account will be inactivated so that he won't be able to log into ServiceNow. Who will remove the roles here? There is no responsible person here. That is why so we ServiceNow suggests don't add permissions to individual user accounts. So what ServiceNow is suggesting? ServiceNow is suggesting us to add the permissions to the groups. So in the ServiceNow level 3 group, we have Ganesh, Vinay, and Priyanka. Both are these three members are actually team members, right? I am going to grant permission to the group here. So, so here group manager is there, right? To manage this group. Group manager will actually take care of the group members. There is a responsible person here, right? Group manager. Now I am granting admin permission to the group. As I have granted admin permission to the group, all the group members will get permission. If you go to the Priyanka user account, you will see roles are added. If you go to the Ganesh user account, you will be able to see roles are added. If you go to the Vinay user account, roles are added here. Yes. Whoever is in this particular group, okay, whoever is in this particular group, every group member will get the permission. Right? Manager will not get the permission. If manager is leaving the organization, we can change the manager. Admins can change the manager. Okay. So guys, adding permissions to the individual user accounts is not a good practice because once he left the organization, there is no responsible person to remove the roles. Okay. So suppose here there is a group manager, right? Let us say Vinay is leaving the organization, left the organization. So manager will remove him from this particular group. So as soon as Vinay is removed from the group, Vinay will automatically lose the access. So we will see the Vinay has lost the permission or not. We will see here. Vinay has lost the permission. So tomorrow, uh, Ganesh has left the organization. Ganesh will be removed from the group. Once Ganesh is removed from the group, Ganesh will lose the access. Ganesh has lost the access now. So after some days, Priyanka left the organization. Okay, just a moment, guys. Hello. Okay. we have removed Priyanka from the group. So as Priyanka is removed from the group, roles will be automatically removed from the Priyanka. Okay. So here in the group, there is a responsible person here. There is a group manager here. Okay. He can add the roles to the group. Once he add the roles to the group, all the group members will get the permission. If he remove the roles from the group, all the members will lose the permission. Let us say one person has left the organization. Group manager can remove that person from the group. Only he will lose the access. If new employee has joined, let us imagine Vinay has joined again. Okay. Vinay will be added to the group. Once Vinay is added to the group, he will be getting the permission automatically. So Vinay has got the permission automatically here. So likewise, it is easy to manage with the groups. So guys, there is no concept of adding permissions to the individual user accounts in the organization. Let us say manager should be given some extra permissions, means there should be another group for management. There is no concept of adding permissions to the individuals. Okay. In every organization, there is no concept of adding permission to the individual user accounts. Okay. Yes. One person can be added in multiple groups. Okay. So that is how, guys. Okay. So Priyanka, I'll answer your question now. Okay. So guys, here what I'm trying to tell you is, here once company purchased the ServiceNow product from ServiceNow company, and if employee want to access company ServiceNow URL, every employee should have user account. If an employee has access, if an employee has user account in the dev URL, he can access only dev ServiceNow URL. If an employee has user account in production ServiceNow URL, he can access only production ServiceNow URL. Okay. Then groups. Groups are nothing but teams. So there will be teams, there will be team members. So every group has group manager. Group manager is the responsible person to take care of the group. And we have permissions here. Okay. Permissions are nothing but roles. Okay. So roles means, guys, here employee has user account means he can log into ServiceNow. If he want to access applications within ServiceNow, he should have permissions. Permissions can be granted individually. Permissions can be granted to groups. Permissions, granting permissions to the group is a good practice, because there is a manager to manage the group members. There is a manager to manage the permissions as well. If you grant permission to the individual user accounts, once the employee left, his user account will be inactive, roles will be as it is. Okay. So now Priyanka has asked very good question. Okay. Priyanka has asked very good question. So once user left the organization, his user accounts will be inactivated, and there will be roles as it is. So guys, ServiceNow company will be charging if a user account has roles. If a user account has roles, that means, yes, every user account. For every user account, they will charge. Even inactive also, they will think that you are using it for different purpose. If a user account has a role, then ServiceNow charge for that user account. So if he left the organization, if he has still roles, ServiceNow company will still think that that guy is still there with the organization, and still they are using those roles. That is why once an employee left the organization, once his user account is inactive, we have to remove the roles. Yes. Hmm. 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 Will be as it is. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Priyanka, did I clear your doubt? I am unmuting everyone, guys. Hello.
Hello, Uday. My doubt is like manager will not have any dependency on the role. Like manager also, their managers will add him in some particular groups.
So managers should have user admin role. So in the roles, there is a role called user underscore admin role. Manager should have particular role to manage the users, groups, locations, companies.
So manager is also having user admin, and people under the groups also will have user admin, right? Like
No,
it.
no,
I
no, no,
mean,
no.
based on the designation, the admin roles will change for manager and members.
Yes. So here user admin, user underscore admin role, the
Is
person
for
who
manager,
is for manager role. So he,
and
so
for
so that
individual user it is just admin, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Hope you
I
understand this.
have a doubt.
Yeah, understood.
Uh, Hello.
Yes, Priyanka.
Whenever a person leaves the organization, the manager removes the person from the group, right?
Yes.
Whenever he is removed, the record which he has created, will that be deleted?
No, records won't be deleted. See,
Okay.
whenever employee left the organization, manager will actually remove that person from the group. Whenever he is removed from the group, whatever the roles that he has, those roles will be removed. Okay. His work will be as it is in the organization, as it is. If we
Okay.
delete the employee record, employee user account, his work will be deleted.
Okay.
That is why we don't delete the user accounts, we will inactivate the user accounts.
Okay.
Did you understand my point, Harshita? Priyanka?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So what Priyanka has asked is once an employee is removed from the group, let us take Vinay. So his roles will be removed. That's it. His work will be as it is. Whatever Vinay has done, his work will be as it is. If you remove the if you delete the Vinay account from here, whatever he has done, right, those will be deleted. Okay. So that is why we don't delete the records. Instead, we will actually inactivate it. So inactivation means Ganesh can't log into service now. Okay, let me repeat it again. Users are nothing but employees. Okay. Employee who is having user account can access company ServiceNow URL. First thing. This point is clear. Second thing. Group is nothing but team in the organization. Every team has team manager. Every team has team members. Okay. So roles are nothing but permissions. Roles are nothing but permissions. You can grant the permissions to the individuals. You can grant the permission to the groups. But granting permission to the groups is a good practice. If you grant the permission to the individuals, once he left the organization, his user accounts will be inactivated, but roles will be as it is. ServiceNow still think that they are using these roles. Instead, if you actually add permission to the group, there will be a group manager. He is the responsible person to manage that group. Once his employees left the organization, he will actually remove that employee from the group. So that role will be automatically removed. His user account will be inactivated. So that ServiceNow will not actually charge for that employee, as well as his work will be as it is. Okay. So that is actually about user administration highs. That is how you will actually log into ServiceNow. Okay. ServiceNow developer responsibilities, ServiceNow testers responsibilities, ServiceNow admin responsibilities. I will teach you in separate session, guys. In today's session, you just understand how an employee can access ServiceNow. Okay. In today's session, you just understand how an employee can access ServiceNow and what is group and what is roles. That's it. ServiceNow developers' responsibilities, ServiceNow testers' responsibilities, ServiceNow administrator responsibilities. I'll explain it in a separate session. Okay. So, any questions from anyone, guys? Everyone?
Yeah, hi Uday and everyone. I'm
Yeah.
Madhulata.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, currently I'm working as a patching change coordinator in one of the organization, and my
Okay.
level is L2. So my doubt is like for L2 level, like can I manage it will be difficult.
I didn't understand. Could you please come again?
Yeah, for my means patching change coordinator, but I didn't have any experience in a service. So how can I? It will be difficult, or how can I manage, or how can I?
You want to pursue service now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here in ServiceNow, you can actually learn things easily and quickly, and it is actually a low-code platform uh, where you can actually grab the knowledge easily, and you have a lot of openings across the world, and you have a lot of openings in India as well. So in last week, 3 members got placed. So one is actually Vineet, another one is actually Samarsimha Reddy. So another one is actually there is one more person name.
Okay.
I'm not able to recall. So they have got placed in last week. So there are the lot more calls, guys. Every week you will be scheduled 3 to 4 calls.
Yeah. Okay. And one more query is like, will AI taken a place in the service now, or in future we will have any issues with like AI take the place?
Guys, here there is a saying. So if you are not able to defeat him, you just have a friendship with him. So
Okay.
ServiceNow is actually doing friendship with AI.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my point? So they are actually introducing AI into ServiceNow. Getting my
Okay.
point? They are leveraging AI in ServiceNow. In future, ServiceNow will listen to your voice. Hey, ServiceNow, create a user account for me. So that ServiceNow create a user account automatically for us. Hey, ServiceNow, create an incident for me. So that ServiceNow will be creating incident record automatically for us. Hey
Okay.
Siri, open Amazon Prime. So that it will open Amazon. Likewise, it can ServiceNow can also listen to us.
Yeah, it will listen to us, but what my doubt is, will AI taken a major place in our jobs in
No,
future?
no,
That
no. No, no, no.
okay.
It is leveraging AI. So we need to understand how we have to play with AI with ServiceNow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the clearing my doubts. I'm fine now. Thank you.
Any questions from anyone, guys?
My doubt is like some people when they are using service now HRDA something and all they are asking to learn Angular as well. Like
So Angular is not actually too much used. Not, there is a concept called portal. So where there we use very little. Okay,
okay, okay,
there is
like
a con there is
that
a
is
concept called portal.
HRDA is completely different from ITSM, Uday.
Yes,
Okay, so will you also teach HRDA like not in this class, like in any other classes as well?
yes. I'll actually explain about HRSD.
Oh, sorry, I mispronounced it like
H-
HRSD. Yes.
HR service delivery. So it was
Okay.
actually HR service management. Later they renamed it as HRSD.
Okay, there is another classes for that. Like
Yes,
currently, are they going on or you have to start it newly?
I have to start it again.
Okay. Okay, Uday.